hard to say like where we'll be in 10 years musically. I think we'll always want to be pushing ourselves and kind of pushing like the boundaries that we're in and that we're like doing. Because I think when you make music, you should always like push for something more and strive to do new things and get new influences. And who knows, like we could get really into like world music or like I don't know. Indie music or whatever. I mean, it's hard to say. We don't even know what our next step is for our next record. So truthfully, it's like, we're just going to kind of feel it out. And I think we're just going to always start with like, okay, the four of us and play together and talk about what we love and talk about ideas. And I mean, it's hard to say, like, next record, we haven't really even had that conversation yet. So
yeah, I think if anything, if there's to be an example, we're not sure yet, but, of course, before we even knew that Cool Kids was gonna be what it was, we already had thought, okay, maybe next record we can go off of that kind of vibe and expand on that. So, it could be similar to that and a step further. It won't be the same thing, of course, but, maybe a step further from that and continue to evolve in that direction, maybe. One of the best things about touring as a family is just that we get to make all sorts of memories together, that people only get to make on family road trips. We're always on a road trip. It's never ending. So, we get to really, bond in a special way. And, it's like less people to miss when you're gone. Because you're like, oh my gosh, I miss my parents or my brothers. And it's like, oh, I don't. I'm with them all the time. So it's less people to have to go see when you're home and all that. So, the practical reason and also the fact that we get to enjoy each other. You can't go anywhere alone.
She can't.
No, this trip they said not to go anywhere alone.
Yeah.
Because we've had times where like we've gone
you had times
somewhere.
coming up to you kissing you and stuff.
Yeah.
True.
Get
Since I wasn't
lost.
alone, so they didn't help me at all.
Yeah, I didn't
Being
know.
with people helped.
Oh.
Not at all, actually.
Yeah.
So that's the only rule, really.
And smell good. We have a please smell good rule. Like, we don't want anyone smelling bad. Like, sometimes, like, crew people, they smell bad. Like, we tell them to smell good. Like,
Yeah,
go take a shower.
whatever.
Isn't that harder when you haven't got your luggage full of clothes?
It is hard. You have to find. I've been
Yeah,
washing
we're like,
my
hey,
clothes in the
hypocrite.
sink. A bar of soap.
No, it doesn't smell bad.
I don't.
Only sometimes your feet. A lot of people get smelly feet, though. It's kind of a common thing.
Sounds
But our
like
merch
really
guy,
socks,
our merch
yeah.
guy probably has the most smelly feet in the world.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
So we've had to have some talks, Okay.
We spray Febreze.
Clean your
We
feet.
we do spray Febreze and like different like air fresheners inside of people's bugs when they're not there and on their shoes.
Yeah, I think genres are kind of funny because there's so many different kinds and everyone has their own meanings for them. But for us, like when we talk about alternative pop, we're generally referring to like, I think alternative kind of started with like, I think it was probably the later 70s when like rock, there was some rock music that wasn't as like hard driven and started incorporating other kinds of instruments, and it was kind of an alternative form of rock, but it wasn't necessarily pop. So for us, it's like we love to create a kind of rock in a sense that has real instruments, but also incorporates other kinds of things and isn't as like hard hitting or heavy. But we also love to incorporate the kind of pop influences, like the kinds of songs we write or even effects at times and that kind of stuff. So for us, there's a lot of, that's kind of how we describe it. We go to these places and we're kind of blown away like every single time. Like, we don't know, like it's kind of the whole like almost fear of like, are people going to come to our show today? Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing people are coming tonight, but like we've never been here before, so we don't have any guarantees. I mean, I guess some people know. We have people who know those things for us. But I mean, there's like a certain kind of almost like a excitement, but also fear, because like you never know. It's like before we've never been to these places.
Graham, like probably
Cookies.
Eating cookies.
They're good.
God does like cookies a lot.
I'll like on Twitter because of like stuff we've done with certain things, like me and MTV follow each other and like Teen Vogue or something. So I'm following them, and then I'll end up like looking at the feed, and then I'll see all these things like, oh, blah 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 said this. I wonder what they said, and I click on it, So that's definitely my guilty pleasure. Yeah, to like read gossip because I already follow